Welcome to another Wednesday night sacred pipe ceremony. I am Patrick, your friendly neighborhood shaman, and we are right here. Let me show you where we are. On the beautiful Cedar River in Renton, Washington. Sitting here right on the shore, listening to the frogs, listening to the waters. And we are going to be doing sacred pipe ceremony tonight. And if you are a regular viewer, you probably notice I'm a little more subdued than normal. Get my phone straight. There we go. As I'm setting up, I'll be talking about the pipe and what it means and all that. So come on in. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, so not only did I have kind of a rough weekend, I just got home from what was supposed to be a relaxing, restorative weekend that turned into kind of the opposite toward the end. And I won't go into details, that's my personal stuff, but so I've got that going on at the moment. So I know, like, when I usually come on, I'm singing and I'm cracking jokes or whatever, and tonight it's a little different, but I think it's kind of good too to, like I've said before, if you're watching my videos, nothing is rehearsed, nothing is planned out, nothing is scripted. I don't do any editing, so you are getting the moment by moment authentic me. And so most of the time I'm the optimist, being a shaman, my job is to see the light and to see the good in all circumstances, and at the same time there's so much going on in the world right now, not let alone what's going on in each of our lives, right? There's so much. I was just talking to a friend yesterday, and it's like my life, for like going on 2 years now or so, I've been going through some sort of an initiation. It was like I saw the signs and it's like, okay, cool. I got myself a whole new journal to keep track of everything I'm doing and all the different changes that are taking place and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, 2 years later, I'm still in the thick of it. And I was talking to a friend yesterday who's going through emotionally, it doesn't look exactly the same, but emotionally, pretty much the same thing. And it's like, in shamanism, we have what we call dismemberment, which is a time when your guides, I do this with my students, like, we consciously do a shamanic journey and ask to be dismembered, because it's a healing thing. It's your guides will actually rip you apart, take you apart in the journey until there's nothing left, till you've been reduced to like embers or ash or powder or whatever, and then they put you back together. And it's kind of a recalibration. It's kind of, to me, it's like Star Trek with the transporter, right? Like, the transporter takes you apart molecularly, and reassembles you on the planet, right? And then demolecularizes you on the planet and remolecularizes you on the ship. That's dismemberment. And the cool thing about the transporter model is that it adds in the whole thing that, like the transporter itself, in the buffer of the transporter, it has the energy signature of each crew member, right? So that when you are beamed up from the planet, the transporter automatically filters out any disease, any viruses, anything that doesn't belong. And so when we're going through a dismemberment, as scary as it could be if you don't realize what's going on, and it's something that just happens naturally, which is why I have my students do it consciously on purpose, so they realize there's nothing to be afraid of and that it is a healing practice. But you guys like might rip you apart and then put you back together. They might put new thing like new energy or new crystals. I've had so many. Artemis is one of my main guides, and she like pressed an arrowhead in my forehead one time. I've had a big chunk of rose quartz put in my heart chakra at another point. And so it's like, it, from our binary minds, it seems awful. It's like, oh my God, they're killing me. What's going on? You know, your most trusted spirit guides are attacking you. And it's like, no, they're not attacking you. They're taking you apart. And the thing is that even in the context of non-ordinary reality, in the journey state, when you're in that journey realm, you know, we still tend to project ourselves into that space with bodies. And so in that space, our guides take apart bodies, and it's so you're in this realm where you're totally safe. It's painless. When they tear you apart, they painlessly tear you apart. And then it's like you're floating there. It's like, I'm still here. I don't have a body. I don't have the resemblance of a body, but I'm still here watching and sensing what's going on. Anyway, so that seems to be a big part of what's going on. Maybe not necessarily for everyone. I can't speak to everyone, but I know from experience, like one of the things a shaman is called is the wounded healer. And a lot of our strength and our power comes from our own woundedness. And doing things like dismemberment, doing things like, a lot of times I will go through some kind of a spiritual crisis, existential crisis or something, and then like find my way through it, and then like a week later, a month later, I get a client who's going through the same exact thing. And so it's like I had to dive into the waters first to experience it, to find my own power in that situation in order to shine the light on that for someone else going through it. And so that's why I share my experience. I'm not saying this is what's going on with you exactly, but in sharing my own experience, hopefully what I say rings true for others, and it helps others. You know, it's not gonna just boom make it all better or anything, but hopefully it can change the context of what you're experiencing, right? It's interesting. I had like almost 20 watchers earlier. Now I'm down to one because I'm talking about stuff that's kind of off. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But so I've been going through my own stuff. I've been going through my own challenges, right? That's something that never stops, right? As long as you're human, there's always there's always more to learn. There's always more to experience, and it's that life and death and rebirth cycle that continues to grow. Like the old has to die to provide the compost for the new to sprout and to grow. And like I was in my conversation with my friend yesterday, we were both like, you know, I have been on this path longer than I can say. Specifically on the shamanic path for like 20 some years, professionally a shaman for like 16-ish, something like that. But before that, I mean, my entire life I've been on a spiritual path. And so I have been doing this work literally from the day I was born. And so we come to these circumstances like right now, for some reason, everything seems so much more dire. And it was interesting because both me and my friend have been going through things separately, going through our own challenges. And when we came together to talk, it was like we both ended up saying the same things about our respective journeys. And it's like, I've been doing this forever. This isn't new to me. This, you know, I've been through worse. Why is this affecting me so deeply? Why does this seem so much harder than it has in the past, right? And what I realized for myself, I was asking that question, and I was meditating, and I got this flash of a vision. And what I saw, and I have no better way to put this other than, it was like I saw the wallpaper of the universe, right? The universe is infinite, right? There is no end. But I saw the wallpaper of the portion of the universe I'm in, if that makes sense. And that wallpaper that surrounded me was a snake skin. And so it was, again, I'm in the snake getting ready to shed its skin. I'm outgrowing that old skin, that old world, that old reality. And what I realized, I thought I was through all this stuff. I thought I had broken free from all these things of childhood and society, and had found my own place in the universe. And I mean, I have, but at the same time, the realization that why it seems so much more dire right now, or serious, or whatever word you want to, more existentially scary, is because I'm still, and I'm not meaning, again, if you're coming in later, I'm not meaning to just talk about myself and my stuff, but by doing that, I'm sharing my experiences, and I hope that something I say resonates with things that you're experiencing. So, because I can't speak to anyone else's experience, right? To be authentic, be in my integrity, I can only speak of myself. So, but it's like, as far as I have gone, as much as I have grown in my own life, on my own path, I had the realization that I am still functioning within the universe of my parents, of society. I've just been able to find ways to navigate and orient to make it bigger and to become aware of the bigger, greater universe. But I'm still within those walls, if that makes sense to you. And so it's scary because it's like it's been I can look back on my life and I can see the step by step progression and all of the challenge, everything that has happened in my life, I can own and I can say, I can see how it added to who I am now. And who I am now is worlds apart, lifetimes away from who I was just 10, 20 years ago, right? But it's almost like one of those TV shows or one of those movies where it starts out in a dream and then you wake up like, whoa, that was a weird dream. And then you're going about your life and doing stuff. And all of a sudden you realize, holy crap, I'm still in the dream. And then you wake up for real, right? And it's been one of those kind of experiences for me where I thought I was someplace else. I thought I had grown beyond certain parameters, beyond certain agreements or situations or whatever, and come to find out, no, I'm still in my parents' universe. And so it's like, and all the talk in recent times of like the new earth and ascension and the earth herself revving up and all the different ascension symptoms and all the different things going on. And it's like, that's like, and that's why in my own life I can see why I am not handling it to what I would judge to be the best of my ability. And so I have no foot to stand on to judge anyone else with how they're handling their path, their world, their universe. But so it is this place of we're coming back to the Fool's card in the Tarot, right? That stepping off of the cliff, stepping off into the unknown. And so all that stuff I just said, I don't mean it to create like fear or anxiety or, oh my God, it's dire, oh my God, what's going to happen? Because ultimately, we are the caterpillar in the cocoon. We are the chick in the egg. And yes, we have no idea what lies on the other side of that wall, on the other side of that wallpaper, right? That we become so comfortable with that we don't even see the wallpaper. We don't even know it's there. And yet all of a sudden it's like waking up to, oh, there's a limit. And it's like, it's that ring of fear that surrounds your reality that you have to break through, that you have to outgrow to become who you really are. Salvation, whatever you want to call it, enlightenment, awareness, your true self lies on the other side of that wall. And so ultimately there is nothing to fear. It's gonna be okay. It's already okay. And that's not coming from a place of trying to, spiritually, what do they call it? I just forgot the term, bypass Um, it's not coming from a place of trying to spiritualize. Oh, this is going to be okay. This is okay because that's going to be okay. I mean, in a way it is, because ultimately, you are a spirit having a human experience, not a human having a spiritual experience. Did I say that right? Spirit having a human experience. Your essence is spirit. Your essence is eternity. That's who you are. There is nothing that can destroy you. You are in the world, not of the world. The world is temporal. The world is of time. Everything in the world changes. Everything in the world dies. It's temporary. You are not. And so no matter what happens, no matter what you decide to do, no matter what happens, it's all adventure, because there is a happy ending. That much I know. And so when instead of using that, knowing it's going to be okay, to like spiritual bypass and avoid feeling the fear and the anxieties and such, that sense of eternity and happy ending gives us the space. It's like holds space for us to be able to have the strength and the courage to face those feelings, because we know they are not permanent. We know they are not who we are. Does that make sense? All those fears and all those challenges and all the shame and all the guilt and all the anxieties they're parts of you that haven't been allowed to be seen, haven't been allowed to express themselves. And only in the present moment can you see them, can you witness them, can you give them the space they need to feel what they're feeling, to be the adult you needed when you were their age, right? And so it's still scary as hell, right? It's like going into the unknown, because your brain, your body is of the world. Your body, your brain are temporary. And so your brain can only judge things on what it's already experienced in the past. And our future is nothing like we've already experienced it. And so your brain is going to call out. Your brain is going to distract you. Your brain is going to get anxious and fearful and create all kinds of conspiracy theories and all kinds of threats. But that's not real. I just finished an online course with Martha Beck, who's this amazing author. If you don't know who she is, check her out. One of her books, Finding Your Own North Star, was one of those game changers for me. It was a life-changing book for me. And the whole course was about anxiety and using our compasses, mental, physical, spiritual, to navigate, to recognize anxiety, to realize that if you're feeling anxiety, it's an illusion. Anxiety is an illusion. Whatever is burning on that anxiety is an illusion, right? It's kind of like I've talked before about the shackles on and the shackles off feeling. How if something makes you feel like the shackles went on, makes you feel smaller, makes you feel disempowered, then that is untrue. That is false. If it makes you feel like the shackles came off, that is true, because truth feels like peace. And truth is where we're meant to live. We are meant to live. We deserve peace. We deserve to live with peace. Right? But so that just, you know, I'm not always Tigger or Mr. Optimist. I mean, I'm always optimistic, even when I'm in the doldrums. But just to, to be authentic, to be real, I'm not going to try to mask that. I'm going through a hard time right now too, right? We're all in this together, right? I'm no better than anyone else. I've got my own talents and skills, etc., and things that I've grown into, etc. But we're really all in this together. And so by sharing my path, my journey, is the best way I know to help others find. Well, thank you. Blue Heron, acknowledging everything I just said. Heron medicine is about alignment. It's about grace. It's about stillness. It's about moving slowly. And it's like Heron is so tall with those skinny legs. It's like they stand with their feet in the mud. Their feet are in the earth, under the water. Their heads are in the sky. So they are that bridge between heaven and earth. And most of the time, maybe not on a day like today, but like most of the time, they will stand for hours in the water still, and they cast a shadow on the water, and the fish are drawn to the coolness of their shadow. And so what they need, everything they need comes to them because they're in alignment. And that's kind of what I'm trying to say in the long way around, is that if we can stay in our present moment, the present is your point of power, as Seth says. If we can stay in our present moment, not get pulled into the future and the anxieties, or get pulled into the past with our fears and shame, etc., and just be present here, allow the things to come to us, and realize the things that come to us, that there's a gift in everything. Even the anxiety, even the fear, even the shame, there is something that needs healing. And when you're in alignment, it will come in divine timing. And you can trust that you have the means to face it, the means to hold it, the means to heal it. Because you're in alignment. You're at your highest, it's like calling in your highest vibrational timeline. And it's like only those things that resonate with you are allowed into your field of energy. So if it's there, if you're aware of it, you can handle it. And so, if nothing else, just want to tell you to hang in there, right? We're in this together. There are better days ahead. Everything that's happening, everything that's falling apart on the outside in the world, everything that's falling apart on the inside within us is again, speaking just for me anyway, the way I see it is it's requiring me to go inward, to find my own foundation, my own stability within me, not in outside things, not in other people, not in, okay, I can feel better, I can feel grounded if this happens in the world. It's like, no, I can be in alignment, I can be at peace no matter what's going on around me. Because, like Bartholomew said, whatever it is, It is God. Love is the only power here. And one thing that's been coming up for me, I know I've been talking a lot. We will get to the ceremony any moment now. I'm gonna just kind of conclude this whole rift with. I've heard Kyle Cease talk about this, and then I just saw a video last week. I think this woman actually demonstrated it. But if you think of source as water, right? we're ice. We're a part of that water that has been frozen and shrunk into one tiny identity. And we're afraid of that ocean because we're afraid of losing ourselves, right? But we are that ocean. We are that source is our essence. And so what's happening right now is all of those things that we've held on to keep ourselves compressed, to keep ourselves separate, are starting to melt. We don't have the energy of the means to keep that illusion up any longer. We're basically melting back into who we are. But it's terrifying, right? It's like everything we think we are, everything we associate with our identity, everything we identify with or identify as is melting. And so there's nothing to grab onto. And we can struggle and we can try to retract, we can try to protect ourselves, we can try to separate ourselves. But that doesn't work because we are source. Every part of us is ocean. And we are just melting into, you're not going to lose anything, right? You can't, becoming who you are, your greater self, you can't lose anything. Nothing, like, I think it's in the Course in Miracles where it's like, nothing, how does it put it? Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. So all of the things that we surround ourselves, all of the things we try to protect ourselves with by creating walls and barriers to keep ourselves separate from the rest of the world, the rest of the universe, that's all illusion. And we're waking up into who we are as, like, even now, you are like 90-some% salt water. We are individual bags of ocean walking around on the land. And that water that makes us up used to be a part of the ocean, used to be in the clouds, used to go through the digestive system of a triceratops. It's all connected. It's all one. There's no more water or no more or no less water right now than there ever has been on the planet. It's all the same water. And so the water that makes you up right now, just like the river in front of me, the river flowing, that current, that water, you are a river of spirit. And that water flows through you and connects you to all things. Right? Just like your blood is a river, it flows, and it's the flowing of the river that keeps you alive. It's the flowing of that spirit through you that keeps you alive, that keeps you connected. I don't know where I was going with that. I have a tendency to go off on tangents and then have to kind of find my way back. But anyway, you are not just a drop. You are the entire, you are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop of water. And anything that speaks of separation, anything that makes us feel separate, is illusion. And so we can either try to fight that process and make ourselves crazy by resisting, digging in our heels, doing everything we can to maintain our fortresses of solitude and separation from the rest of the universe. Or you can trust the process of the river to flow and allow those boundaries, those barriers, those walls to melt in divine timing, and allow yourself to awaken to who you are. You can't think yourself into enlightenment. You can only experience enlightenment. You can only experience awakening. And so we have to drop into our heart where we know you are safe, already whole. Your brain doesn't know that. Your brain separates things. That's its job. That's why the emphasis in spiritual growth is about moving into your heart, because your heart is what connects you to all living things. Your heart sees wholeness. Your heart sees union, right? And when we get to the pipe in a second, that's the whole point of smoking the pipe, is a bringing together. Divine masculine, divine feminine, no separation, bringing it together. Bringing together all the tribes of humanity, all the races of humanity into one. Anything that separates us is illusion. We are the same. We are part of the same source being. It's all energy, it's all frequency. And we are 99.9 with 13 nines after it, space. In your atoms that make up your body, you are 99.99999999999% space. You are not solid. And so, I guess bringing it back, and I didn't even mention the thing in Minnesota today. That was another thing that kind of hit me on top of the other things that are going on with me right now, because I grew up in Minnesota. I went to school in West St. Paul, Minnesota, not Minneapolis, but I have siblings who live in Minneapolis. My sister teaches in a Minneapolis school. I have a nephew who goes to a Minneapolis school, and they're Catholic. I from first grade through college, I went to Catholic school. And so today's news really, really hit me and put a whole nother layer of stuff on top that I'm forging my way through. But, you know, if I were born in this time instead of the time I was born in this lifetime, that could have been me in that church being shot. So we do send prayers and thoughts, right? But it's a both and. Our actions must reflect our prayers. You can't pray for something and then act in counterproductive ways to those prayers, right? You can't pray for world peace and then vote to support the industrial war machine, right? You can't pray for for immigrants and then support systems that destroy families and detain illegally people. You can't pray for world peace and support systems that prevent children from being fed, right? I see someone wrote Free Palestine in the comments. It's like, we are all one. I don't need to know the politics. I don't need to know the history. I don't need to know the mechanics behind it. All I need to know is that people are suffering, people are dying, families are being ripped apart. So not just physical pain, but mental, emotional pain. That's all I need to know that that's wrong, right? Because we're all in this together. Winning, I posted not too long ago, there was a meme I posted that I saw, and it was like, what if winning means everybody wins? What if winning means that everybody has enough to eat, everybody has shelter? We don't stop to ask if someone deserves healing, if deserves to eat. What if we just made sure everyone has enough to eat? Think about, because people who have enough don't create, it's, well, I don't know what I want to say in that, but when you are whole, when you are complete in yourself, it's like our society and government undermine the sovereignty of each person, so that it almost sets you up to have to try to beat the system in order to survive, right? So, and I'm not going to go into all of that kind of stuff either. I just wanted to say that it's going to be okay. It already is okay. You are whole. You are loved. And there is nothing wrong with you. And you have so much help, seen and unseen. We have so much help. And on the 4th of July, I actually, Merlin, who is one of my guides, I have such a cross-section of spirit guides, but I was asking him about the state of the country and everything, and he said to not to despair, to realize that we have the spirits of all of our ancestors who built this country, all the dreams of our ancestors of what this country could be, all of the founding fathers and all of their intentions when they created the country, all of the people who didn't get to experience what a true democracy is, etc., etc. We have them on our side, on the other side, influencing situations, influencing the hearts and the minds of people today. Not to mention the rising spirit, the rising connection, and all the people at the rallies who are standing up for what's right. You know, we're not alone. We are not alone. There is a happy ending. Well, and it's not even necessarily an ending, right? Because life is infinite. And once we end this adventure, we'll be off on other adventures. But for the time being, know that you are okay, that you are loved with greater love than you can imagine. Excuse me. and that you are being held in that love, that no matter what it looks like, you are divine, you are whole. I didn't bring my water with me. I guess that's a sign I've been talking too long. I need to get to the ceremony. But anyway, so I hope all or some of what I said resonates. I hope if nothing else, it gives you a little more hope, because I am so hopeful. Even when I am down, even when I am sad, depressed, anxious, I'm still also at the same time always optimistic, always full of hope. I know everything is going to work out. And that's where the adventure lies. It's like everything is going to work out. How it's going to work out, that's the adventure. Like watching a movie, you know it's all going to work out in the end. But every time there's a plot twist, it's like, holy crap! I didn't see that coming. I don't know how that's going to rectify itself. Your life is the same exact thing. What do you think movies and TV shows are based on, right? They're a reflection of life. And so you can look at your life as a TV show, as a movie, as an adventure. So I hope that helps. Let's do ceremony, okay? we did the talking, we did the mental thing, the mind. Let's drop into the heart for a little bit and actually connect to spirit. So the first thing I'm going to do, as I always do, is I'm going to drum and call in our sacred space, call in the elements and the spirits to hold this energetic container around us, so that we don't have to be hyper vigilant and watch out for all those things out there that are trying to get us, right? It gives us the chance to focus, to let go, open our hearts, to receive blessings rather than to protecting them, because you never know what's lurking around that other shadow, right? So this is how I do that. Spirits of the earth, spirits of the air, spirits of the fire, spirits of the water, spirits of the upper world, spirits of the lower world, compassionate spirits of the middle world, the Fae, the spirits of the land, the ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for holding us in your love and your light. All right. So, I did so much talking that I think I'm going to just do the ceremony. Right? I told you a little bit about the pipe, the divine masculine, divine feminine. We put it together. It's all a creation. And we smoke. That smoke that we breathe out carries our prayers and our intentions to Great Spirit. And so I'm getting, because of the time, because I used up so much of it talking, I feel like I'm going to just do the ceremony. And if you're new here, I hope you get something out of it. Part of it is out loud. Part of it is in silence. But just drop into your heart. That's what I'm holding space for you right here, right now. To open up your heart, to receive the blessings of Spirit. To reach up and touch that part of you that is still Spirit. Right? And just follow along with your heart. Don't try to analyze things with your brain, with your mind. And cool. All right, so here we go. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. Uh-huh. Grandmother, Grandfather Eagle, we send a voice. We ask permission to smoke in this place at this time. All our guides and guardians, watch over us as we smoke. Creator, Earth Mother, Tawabin, Shanadisi, Magikiwas, and Waboose, there is always room for you in my pipe. Creator, Earth Mother, for the two-legged, the four-legged, the winged, the crawlers and the swimmers, all our relations, come smoke with us. Grandmother Moon, Grandmother Ocean, to the energy of birth, growth, maturity, the spirit realm and our ancestors, may all the passages of our lives be in harmony and grace. Creator, Earth Mother, to eagle, coyote, bear, white buffalo calf woman, bringer of the pipe and the law of good relations to the people, Okane, Bayama Okane, Bayama Okane, Bayama Okane. Okane, Bayama Okane, Bayama Okane, Bayama Okane. Okane, Bayama Okane, Bayama Okane, Bayama Okane. All right, normally I don't talk during the ceremony, but the one thing I didn't say, I'm going to light my pipe again. I'm going to blow a great big breath of smoke at my camera. That is a blessing coming to you through my phone and by the magic of the internet and the quantum universe, holographic universe coming through whatever device you're watching this to your heart. So right now, when I send that prayer, that breath blessing to you, oh, Sky Official, please keep me informed. I noticed he is missing. I've noticed he hasn't been here. Gage, one of my followers. Please keep me informed. And I will be praying for him right here, right now. Thank you. So as I send this breath blessing at my camera, this is the time for you to say your biggest prayers, your biggest intentions, etc. And tell Gage I'm praying for him. Tell Gage I'm sending him lots of good energy. Okay, thank you, Sky Official. All right. Thank you, Sky Official. Thank you so much. I so appreciate that. You stay well too. grandmother Eagle, we send another voice. Bless us. Bless our world as we are going through this change. Maintain in us the love, the integrity, the hope of spirit. Help us to see through the illusions. Help us become loving to ourselves and our neighbors and to our so-called enemies. One world, one family, one mind, one heart. Aho. Ihi la ihi o. Ihi la ihi o. Ihi la ihi o. Ihi, ihi, ihi la ihi o. Ihi la ihi o. Ihi la ihi o. Ihi. Wow. Oh, wow. It never fails to amaze me the power of this ceremony. I hope and I pray that you were able to feel at least just a little smidgen of the power of it, of the unity of it, of the love of it. Ufta. So I am going to stay right here. I'm going to fill my pipe again and continue to pray for the world in general, pray for my own healing, my own path, knowing that everyone, that I am connected to you. You are connected to me. Any healing you do, you heal me. Any healing I do, I heal you. So I am going to sit here continuing to pray. We'll be doing some cycle pomp, reaching out to the souls that were taken today in Minnesota. Actually, the last 24 hours, I guess there was more than one shooting in Minnesota in the last 24 hours. So I'm going to sit here and do my shamanly duty and pray for those souls, do cycle pump, see if there's anything I can do to assist them in passing over gracefully without problem. I know that I hold you, all of you, in my heart. I hope that you will join me again every week, every Wednesday night, 6 o'clock Pacific, right here on the shores of the Cedar River, doing ceremony. This will be on my, if you haven't already, here comes the plugs. Please subscribe to my channel, like my videos. That helps others be able to find this. And I've been doing these ceremonies since the beginning of the pandemic, so I have tons and tons of ceremonies, of readings, of different things on my YouTube channel. If you ever need someone to hold space for you, if you ever need to feel this space, feel the sacredness of the ceremony, choose one, watch it. It is just as vital anytime you pull one up as it is when I am here live filming it. So that is a free resource for you, from my heart to yours. And if there's anything else I can do to help you on your journey, readings or healings or teachings, you can visit my website, perchingwolfstudios.net, and all these links are in the description under this video. But you can learn more about me. You can set up a session with me right through my website. If you have prayer intentions you would like me to pray for, hold you in this space, I do this almost every day. You can do that through my website too. Instead of setting up a session, there's a contact page. You can just put in their prayer intention, tell me what you need me to pray for, and I will hold you. I've got a book in my tobacco pouch here that is always on my altar, where I write all the different intentions people have asked me to pray for. That is here with me every time I do ceremony. And I think for now I'm just gonna, there's other stuff I can say, but right now I think I'm just gonna call it. So thank you so much for your energy. Even if you're watching this a year from now, hopefully a year from now, if you're watching this, there have been miracles aplenty and things have totally changed and worked out. And we are approaching utopia, right? That's one of the problems with, it's like the outside world is what we dream into existence. And the problem is that humanity is dreaming the wrong dream. And so dream of hope, dream of love, dream of a world based in love and respect and honor, okay? And so until I see you again, know that I love you, that I see you, and that I honor you. Have a wonderful week, everyone, and go shining. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye now.